Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So I'm feeling much better today. Almost back to normal. Thank you for asking, Shubham. So guys, I hope you had some time to go over what we did yesterday. Typically, wrapper classes, nested classes, and today, as promised, we are going to start a very important topic in Core Java. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Namely, collection framework. But there is a prerequisite to that. All other prerequisites we have covered. One prerequisite is generics. Yeah, debugger Ashutosh, I'm going to show you in the afternoon lab session. Okay, so do remind me in the afternoon lab session again. So this is going to be a combined session today. So a combined session means I would expect if possible you guys also code along. Otherwise, as usual, you have a separate lab session. Your choice. So first we are going to complete. I mean, you might have completed the little bit of assignment. Yesterday's assignment was remaining. So has anyone completed the part? Yesterday, you remember we were working on that vehicle-based thing. So some of you are saying yes, done, completed. So I'll just complete it so that everyone gets the feel. And then we are going to continue with the first topic of today, which is generics, followed by collection framework overview. So let me not waste a single minute here. So I'm continuing. Uh, those who have not yet completed have at least got the latest version of day 11 lab 3 because I'm going to start from the same point where we had stopped. So those who have completed can just check whatever is happening, whatever we are doing. Otherwise, if there is something you would like to suggest, you can suggest also. So let me just open um, that assignment and let's see how much we had done. So here I had just changed the scenario. Concept was the same. Oh, I had not written all of this. We had written it directly. I mean, this was a simple tester, but the one we are actually solving is adding a vehicle, displaying all, and then something, yeah, purchase a vehicle. So let me just quickly go through the important stuff, not the entire stuff. Everyone now knows the has a relationship association. So here, when you say vehicle has a category, vehicle has a manufacturing date, it is all the examples of composition, part of relationship, composed of. Vehicle is composed of category, registration number, color, price, etc. In addition to that, we have added explicit relationship. Vehicle has a delivery address. So if you want to, what do you say, establish the strong coupling, strong association between vehicle and delivery address. What should be delivery address? Separate outer class or a nested class? Asking you a question. So for composition, what it should be? It has to be nested class. So a 1 minute revision on nested classes. You know, Java supports different type of nested classes. Two broad categories are statically nested classes, non-static nested classes. So which one we had created yesterday? Tell me. Static or non-static? S or NS? We had created static nested class. Statically nested class. Guys, wake up. Here, did we add a keyword here, static, and made it as a statically nested class? I have said it so many times, guys. Please don't make mistakes. Do the revision also. Read the readmes or not readmes, the code. Add non-static nested class every time I have been saying. So what is the common name for non-static nested class? It is called as the inner class. Okay. So now start telling me the rules. I have shown you the other example where we had written class A, class B. So let me start asking you about the rules. Yeah, inner is equal to non-static nested. So start. Can a non-static nested class contain static members? You are saying yes. Okay, Which, no. See, when I say no to yes, you start saying no. No. Those who are saying yes, which static members can be there? I'll ask you perfect question. Can you add the static methods in a non-static nested class, in an inner class? Yes or no? Answer is absolutely not. Can you add static data members if they are not constant, as in final? Yes is a wrong answer, Sumit. Please revise. Answer is no. But can you add, see, okay, you are giving me all wrong answers. I mean, I'm not saying all, but some of you are still giving me this. So, guys, this is where inner class, please revise. So here we had spent a lot of time on this. So when I say here, this is your class B, non-static nested class is equal to inner class. Just comment all the rules along with the code is here. So you will get a lot of time to revise. So please revise such things. So here, if you say, of course, you'll say that is a duplicate variable, I'll declare this. You cannot. Answer is no. So this is containing all the rules and the examples also. So I'm not showing you that. Otherwise, you will read the rules. So let us have it again. Can an inner class, which is a non-static nested class, contain anything other than static? I'm talking about static. Other than static final data members? Answer is no. Can it contain static initializer block? Yes or no? Answer is no. Okay. And why it does not allow? Simple and clear-cut answer. If they had allowed static methods, anyone would have called it using just the outer dot inner dot method name. But the whole idea about inner class is what? Nobody should be able to create inner class instance without creating the outer class, and that is how you should be able to access. So it would have defeated the purpose. So that is the reason inner classes can never have the static members unless and until they are static and final. Next question. So here, can inner class directly access, directly means without instantiation, outer class members? It's a yes or no question, Boolean. 100% yes. Madhuri, again, guys, those who are giving wrong answers, they just have to open your yesterday's day 11.1. I had mentioned that in the core Java assignments and look at it. Of course, inner class, see this with example here. When you say this is what? Inner classes method. So yesterday, you remember, I showed you. So I and J were the members of the outer class. One was static, one was non-static. So inner classes can see what all you can access directly from inners method, outers as well as inner class members directly. All the rules are there in 11.1. Please spend a minute on that. And I have given the readmes in the help of day before yesterday, nested class rules. Definitely go through because this is a very favorite topic. Next one. So inner class can directly access outer classes member. Now the reverse way, converse, can outer class access the private members or any members of inner class directly? Here the answer is no. So what is that outer class will have to do? Tell me, what is it outer class will have to do? Yes. Whose instance? Give me a this. Yeah. So Gaurav's answer I will accept because he's given me a correct full answer. The outer class will have to create instance of the inner class. Yes, Sumit. And then you can access it. Again, refer to that example. If you refer to that AB example, here, see this. What is it? This is your outer classes method. So it could access its own members, obviously. But the moment we wanted to access the inner classes, non-static member, what is the first thing we had to do? Create that inner class instance and then only access it. Are you getting me? So these are the, I won't say this is very complex. So here, coming back to our practical scenario, which was the outer class and which was the inner class? Outer class is vehicle, inner class is which one? Delivery address. Vehicle and delivery address. Everyone gets me? Now the next question. When you see the compilation output in the bin file, what will be the names of the classes? Don't give me this because it's a longer one. If A is outer, and B is inner. Which which dot class files will be created? Type that out. No. First, tell me the outer one. So first is A dot class. Exactly. A dot class will be the outer class ordinarily, normally. And what will be the name for the inner class? A dollar B dot class. Everyone clear? Because dot class file is generated for every class. And you have defined two classes. One is outer and other one is outer dollar inner. So that dollar keyword or the dollar letter symbol shows you the coupling, shows you the association, that the association between outer and the inner. Everyone clear? Now answer the question. Suppose, listen to the question. Inner class, I'll tell you exactly because you're going to solve it today, but with collection framework. So inner class, which is your what? Delivery address. I want to find out the what? The city where the vehicle has to be delivered. I'll repeat my question slowly. I as an end user want to find out the city of the delivery location. So tell me where you have to write this method. You'll have to write a get city method. Where you'll have to write that method? In the outer class or inner class? In the inner class. Prashant has answered. Has everyone understood? I'll repeat the statement. Here, I want to find out the city of a particular delivery address. So city is the data member of the inner class. So where will you add a method? Here, add a getter. This is a little off track, but it is a revision. So I won't say it is really off track. Add a getter for city. You can generate, you can type. I don't really mind. So fastest is generate. So here, get city. You got me? So what is it you will call it? See, this is your outer class over. This is your inner class over. Okay. So this get city method is the method of the inner class. Everyone with me? Understood what I said? So far, because I'm going to ask you the question. Okay. So now can anyone tell me, if I want to call this method, how will you call it? Just call this method for me, because I want to see how you are going to create the references, objects, and all that. I'll repeat my question. How will you call this getCity method of the inner class? I had shown you yesterday with that AB example. Type it out. I'll wait for your response. You can write in short forms always, no problem. But I need to get enough clarity. How are you going to call from the tester this method? Let's see what you are saying. Vehicle.deliveryaddress.getCity. I won't accept that. I won't accept that. Are you seriously saying that you can just say vehicle.deliveryaddress? That will happen if it is a static method. It's an instance method, guys. So which instances will you require? Your choices are, will you need the instance of the outer class, that is vehicle, inner class, both or neither? Answer is both. Aniket has already answered. So where are your instances? So see, I can't accept the answer if you give me like this. So here, I can accept the answer here. I'll write it as a question and this. How to invoke getCity method of the inner class. Which is that inner class? A delivery address, right? So here, I just wanted, I'm not asking you anything, just this one. So what will be on the left-hand side? What you had given was the left-hand side reference, but nobody gave me the complete answer. So it is, the reference will be vehicle dot delivery address. And this is your variable of the type address. So somewhere you have to create that, right? I'm not asking you in that assignment. So here you'll have new vehicle, outer instance, new dot, it is coupled, it is embedded, it's embeddable. So new, what was that? Delivery address. This was the shortcut I was talking about, guys. Address with whatever So now you have created the inner class ka reference. And now then you will say address dot get city, and you can do whatever with that. So this is what I was asking exactly. So this is what you had typed on was the just you can't directly call vehicle dot delivery address dot get city, all wrong, because that get city is a non-static method. So you go in the reverse engineering manner. Non-static means what? You have to create the instance of delivery address. But can anyone access delivery address directly? Of course not. They have to create the outer classes instance. Within that, you will have that delivery address, and then you can say get city. Are you understanding me? Yes, Shivam, Diksha, and Gaurav, you have written correctly. You understood? The rest of you understood me? This is what was the question. Everyone who had the, so this was the, maybe the question was not clear. So this is what we had already seen. So now, without wasting further time, let me, how many objects on the heap? Anyone wants to answer? When you see new 2 times, how many objects will be there on the heap? Answer is 2. One is the outer class instance and one is the inner class instance. Again, like some of you are going to remind me to show debugger. Remind me to show the memory picture of outer and inner classes, but in the lab session, because we have a lot of things to cover today. Okay, but just give me a reminder in the lab session, definitely, just so that we don't miss it out. Okay, so now I'm going to complete the assignment, whatever remaining little part, and then we are going to enter collection framework, and then we are going to spend the after giving you the overview of the collection framework, which itself is like extensive. Then we are going to start with our first most important class in form of an ArrayList. So all that we will do later. So we had, now I'll get back to my assignment. So here I was talking about outer class, inner class. Everyone knows how to write custom exception. And in vehicle utils, tell me now frankly means openly and honestly. Has everyone understood how we had written that check for duplicate method? Have you gone through it? Everyone? Kunal, did you not hear me just now? Was there a network glitch or something? I just now said, I'm going to show you that outer and inner class memory picture in the lab session. Remind me of that, is what I said just a minute ago. Okay, Kunal? So here. So is everyone clear with the check for duplicate method? You have gone through it, everyone has gone through it, and a very similar method where the finder by registration number, because I'm not asking you to add additional validation rules, only one validation rule, duplicates are not allowed. And then I have taken a lot of time to show you how to write a tester. There is that showroom. I had given you the template. I had saved also, I think, the template. So rest of the code, I'm not really seriously rediscussing, takes a lot of time. So the one we had completed was add a vehicle. So go through the code, and here we are asking the user, after doing the boundary condition checking, all the vehicle details. This is where a vehicle object, left-hand side reference, RHS object. So the only rule validation I'm doing is I'm not allowing duplicate vehicles with duplicate registration number. And here, whose method value, there's a value of method. Whose, this value of method is which class's method, whose method it is? Whose method it is? Value of enum. So which enum we are using? This thing, category. So what is it we are passing in is the string, uppercase string. And what will this value of return? This is still a revision. Yeah, which enum it will return? Category. So it is string to category conversion. And when you say sdf.parse, just take the cursor here and you'll remember, it will tell you. What is it you are passing is the string, and what is it parsing it into array. So with one validation rule, check for duplicates, we have achieved it. And since there was only one validation rule, I did not write that method validate all inputs. I just called it from here. And if the control comes to the next line, what does it imply? Correct inputs, valid inputs, or invalid inputs? Valid inputs. Then we can take, it is an array of references. Soon we are going to shift to array list of references. So here I've just taken the reference and added it and given some message. Now, so now the only thing we are going to do is, so now let us complete. People have completed, great. Those who have not completed, do it with me. So here I'm saying display all. So I'm giving the title vehicles in the showroom. This is pretty easy. I've given you enough practice of for each. Soon you are, see, till now you are using it on an array. Today onwards, when you say collection framework, you will see the same for each will work even for growable collection. That is why I gave you so much of a practice. For each vehicle be in showroom, all I'm doing is, I don't want to show the null values, so doing the null checking. If it is not equal to null, SOP, sorry. 100% clear so far? Nothing ambiguous? Everyone comfortable? Okay. And what was the last option we are going to complete is purchase the vehicle. So this was, have I added it in the option? Yes, purchase vehicle. So let me add a break here. Now you are going to dictate and I'm going to write participate maximum. If you have not finished it, finish it with me, complete it with me. So anyone wants to tell me what is the only input, first input you are going to take from client? So what should I tell user? Yes, please. Registration number. Very right. So here enter registration number. Okay. So tell me, user has given you the registration number. What is it? First thing you have to do? What will you do first with that registration number? Yeah. So finder. You will check. Validate means you will check whether there is a check for duplicate, Nidhi. It's a wrong answer. Check for, we are not adding a vehicle where to check for duplication. Nidhi, we want to find the vehicle by that registration number. So please correct yourself. See, there are two methods. This is used for whenever you are adding a new vehicle into your showroom, that is where you are checking for duplication. But now I'm not adding a vehicle. User wants to purchase the vehicle. So this is the method you are going to call finder method. Okay. So now I have added all that import static. So I can simply say find by registration number. And what is the first one? sc.nextInt. That is registration number user gives. And where are all my vehicles stored? Vehicles are actually on the heap separately, but the references are in the array. So I'm passing the array also. And here I showed you the shortcut control 1. Third option, assign statement to a new local variable. And I can say vehicle as a vehicle form. So there are two possibilities. I'll ask you. If the control comes to the next line, tell me, what does it mean? Vehicle found or vehicle not found? If it continues, of course, vehicle found. Those who have not gone through it, please go through it. Here, if the vehicle is not found, we are throwing the exception. And when there is an exception, can the code continue or will the try block be aborted? C for continue, A for abort. Try block will be, of course, aborted. Correct? So here, this means vehicle found. I keep writing lot of comments. Guys, when you say I'm revising, you have to go through all this. And once vehicle is found, then I can say that, okay, give me your address. Give me the delivery address. So enter. User doesn't know in which format you require it. So, you should specify, because how does user know whether it is country code first or city code first or whatever? So I'm going to vehicle. I'm looking for our enter delivery address. Okay, city state, country, and the zip code. So now the next line has to come from you. So I'm asking you, because I have asked you and people are giving me sometimes wrong answer. Can you directly create delivery address, which is what? Inner class instance. Can you create directly inner class instance? Of course, no. But guys, now I have got that outer class reference. Are you getting me? So I just have to assign this inner class. I have to assign the, so what are the steps? I'll say it properly. I have to wrap all these details in the delivery address, inner class instance, and assign it to outer. So tell me, should I write the code here or should we add a method in the vehicle class, outer class itself to assign the delivery address? You should write the method. Don't write the code outside because you cannot create a delivery class instance. So always provide the functionality. So here, this is a inner class. I have already given it. Only thing is I have not written. Add a method. I'll mention in the outer class to assign delivery address to the current vehicle. So we had written very similar thing in that employee linking Aadhaar card. So almost the same. It has to be a non-static method because we are talking about current vehicle, this. So public void, I can say assign address or I can say assign delivery. Always write the method names which you will understand properly. Use camel casing, assign delivery address. And what you are going to take is the details which user is going to supply. Oh, I have this right here. So, make the usage of whatever code you already have, correct? So this. Is everyone 100% clear so far? I hope people are doing it with me. Those who have done it yesterday, fine. Those who have not done it are doing it with me. Setter of the address, answer is yes. But if you say, who was it? Avinash, I guess. I'll show you. I'll show you why I don't do it. Here, see this. See, watch closely. Answer to your question is generally not. So, but you have to understand why I'm rejecting your answer. Here is the thing. If you say generate getter and setter, and if you say a set address, see what it is. The typical signature of a setter is, you don't add this. Setter means typically whatever is the data member you want to set, you supply. But I cannot create a delivery address from outside. So that is why I generally reject this. Did you understand, Avinash, my suggestion? So I would say to your question, answer is no. Don't do that because typical setter for address will require address object as a design norm. You understood me, Avinash? Yes or no? Yeah, but you're still missing the point. I don't want to spill over the code outside. I don't want to create the delivery address object outside. I want it nicely encapsulated, everything within the class. So the recommendation is as much as possible, add the functionality within the class. Why you want to make your tester slog? And it is a vehicle related functionality, assigning address. So I'm doing full encapsulation. That's the point. So anyway, let's not waste too much time. Address, right hand side, please. Here, can outer class instantiate the inner class like normal? Of course, yes. So new delivery address, city, state, country, zip code. And this is where link is established, right? So all you have to do is now, answer is no. So this is what we are going to do by using the method. So I have found a vehicle. So vehicle, see the clean coding practice. I don't have to write anything. I don't have to create. Avinash, I'm talking to you. I don't have to create a delivery address outside, outer dot inner and all that. All that is hidden from the tester. So vehicle dot assign address, and all I have to supply is couple of string tokens because all I have taken. You compare. If you have written it the other way, you compare your code versus my suggestion and you decide which is better, and use it accordingly. See, because the same problem can be solved in 10 different ways. It's just a matter of better practices. Okay. And here give a link, delivery address, or you can say assigned delivery address, vehicle ready for dispatching to customer. Are you understanding this? Tell me, guys, those who had not written it, those who had not written it earlier, have they completed it with me? Yes or no? I hope everyone is logged in with their computers. Okay, you're doing it. So I will send Akshata the code in a minute after I test this. So I'm testing this. So suppose I say I can keep 100 vehicles. You know, there is nothing. Vehicles in the showroom are missing. So I'm adding a new vehicle, registration number. It's not actually this, but anyway, color, price, category. So let's say petrol. Oh, I don't have to give the what is it? Uppercasing I'm doing inside, and manufacturing date. Suppose it was manufactured last year, month, and day. So I've forgotten that closing bracket. We get it. That is easy. 2020. Is that it? Oh, I gave something wrong. What did I give wrong? Registration number, color, price, category, and manufacturing date. I got a problem here. I messed up somewhere. Oh yeah, I lost this thing. Registration number means I went by that registration plate. Of course, you are right. See, it is saying input mismatch by exception on this line. So when I look at this line, I immediately understand that it is an integer, and I gave it as our own, normal registration number. But no issues, because we have. I hope now you understand. Has my code aborted, or is it still continuing? Has it aborted or not aborted? Answer is not aborted. Why? Because you have this. You have that try catch while loop outside and try catch inside, and innermost is switch case. So now let me correct myself. The rest of the details I had given correctly. I totally forgot that our registration plate is integer. So it says vehicle added to this. So add new vehicle and all is fine. So this looks also okay. And if I say I want to purchase a vehicle, and if I give the wrong registration plate, wrong registration number, you can see that vehicle not found. See, this is all the stack trace. This is excellent for debugging, because immediately I understand. See what I'm showing you guys. I'm making you ready for debugging. So click on this first line. It tells you that it has iterated over the entire array, did not find the vehicle, which is perfect, because I have given purposefully the wrong one. Now let me give the correct one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it is asking me, can you see that? It has gone through the equals method and found the first match, because only one I have added. And then you can say your country code, city, then state, then whatever, zip code and all that. And now it is saying vehicle is ready for dispatch. I don't know whether we have taken care of that. Let's see. So here, check this. When I say display all the vehicles, registration number details and all is fine. And as everyone can see, has it been assigned the delivery address also? Answer is yes. So this was your completion of assignment, which involved is allowed to purchase many times. One vehicle is okay. So here, Srinivas, just a second. I'll complete my statement. I understood your question. It's a valid question. Give me a minute. So, so this was the assignment completion, which is based on outer class, inner class, association, and the overall stuff. So Srini has asked me a good question. Anyone wants to respond to him? Otherwise, I'll respond. Read his question. That is why I tell people to put it on a public chat. You read his question and tell me how to restrict. In this case, there is no restriction. So how will you restrict it? Let me hear your thoughts, guys. You understood his question? Did you any suggestions? Because it's a valid question. How can you sell the vehicle which is any inputs coming from you? Otherwise, I'll suggest. This dot address equal to null. Use this in assign address. Okay, yeah. Himanshu, acceptable solution. Acceptable. Absolutely. You see the Himanshu suggestion. He's saying, see, exactly. I got your suggestion. But I don't know whether everyone got it. Here, instead of here, when you say enter registration number, you have got a vehicle. So should I directly prompt for delivery address or should I check first? That is what he's saying. Removing that reference from the vehicle array will be a lot of job, Pushkaraj. So because you have to shift all the references, that is why wait for collection framework and it will make it simpler. So here, check. So vehicle is found. Now the next is check if it is already sold. So I was thinking, I'll tell you what I was thinking. Your solution is immediate simpler. I was thinking of a better solution. I would say better or worse, another solution. I was thinking, or rather I'm saying, in the vehicle details, add a flag sold. Are you getting it? So here I'm saying you can try whatever you like. So in additional one of the data members, add a additional member, either sold or is available or something. And the moment you do the purchasing, toggle the flag to sold. So check if it is already sold, but that means additional code. So here I will go your suggestion. I'll go your way. So here either add a flag. When I say flag, what I mean is a Boolean. Everyone understands true or false. Either add a flag in, I'm just writing. But this is how I like it, when you ask a question which is a meaningful in the sense that will force us to think. So more than welcome to ask such questions. Either add a flag in vehicle class such as is available or sold or whatever. Or I will take Himanshu's suggestion. What he suggested is immediate suggestion. I don't have to add anything. Check if address is null. Check if delivery address is set. So since I don't want to touch that and want to extend this discussion, I'll go by your suggestion, Himanshu. So give me a check here. Give me. So I'll start with if. Dictate. If vehicle, already somebody suggested getter and all. I can't find the address here. Why? Because address is private. So what is it I'll have to do, guys? Somebody suggested that also. I'll have to add a getter. So here, add a getter to get delivery address. Good thinking, guys. Add a getter to get a delivery address. I'm just going to generate it. Source getter. Which getter we want? Oh, sorry. I'm in the wrong place. No, why should I this thing? Why I'm not getting it? Okay, just a second. I'm getting suggestions from that inner class. Am I in the inner class? So this is this method. It is not. I don't know. Anyway, I'll write. I was getting the suggestions for that inner class details. I'll write it outside. But inner class starts elsewhere. So public, what is it? It is going to return is delivery address. And here, anyway, you should know how to write a getter. Get address. No arguments, please. Why I said get address? Because the variable name, the data member name is address. And all you have to do is return. Address. Okay, and then it is just a matter of calling it. So what should I do? If vehicle dot get address, if it is equal to null, what does it mean? Is vehicle sold, purchased or not? Answer is it is already purchased. So if it is null, then you can throw the exception, throw new vehicle handling exception, saying that you have liked it all right, but it is already sold. Vehicle sold. It's not available types. You give the message, and if it comes below, either it is sold or not sold. So here it means it is not sold, and continue with the delivery options. No, I always like to, it is always considered better practice to look for the error, because then I don't require, I cut down on my else. I don't require else then. If you do the other way, you will require to write else. I know what I'm doing. I'm not making a mistake this time. If it is null, that means vehicle is, oh, sorry, my mistake. I'm so sorry. My mind is elsewhere today. You are right. I'm wrong. If the vehicle get address is not equal to null, that means already sold, and otherwise continue. I'm so sorry for that. So think about such practicalities and make your application richer or more full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a zip. Can you create an enum? Yes, Ankit, I have said this. Guys, when I say things, please remember those things. Okay, Ankit, I'm not going to again explain the answer to you. Please read my readme. What is it regarding enums? I have shown you there. Enum can be created as a nested enum also. It can be outside, externally, or Ankit, you can also nest it within the vehicle class. But then if you want to choose it for some other, if you want to use it elsewhere, what will happen is, wait, Vinod, I'm talking to Ankit. So one question at a time. So then that will be vehicle dot category dot petrol. Are you understanding, Ankit? So it is treated as implicitly the static member of that outer class. So generally I keep it outside. Yes, Vinod, let me read your question. How to create a method which will find registration number. Find registration number. I didn't understand. How to create a method which will find. So that find by registration number method is the one Vinod we wrote already. We have already written this find by registration number. So I don't understand your question. You want to unmute? Quickly unmute, because we are getting very late in starting generics. So last question I'm taking here. No, Kunal, right now I'm not taking more questions. Please write all these questions and ask me in the lab. Otherwise, we will not be able to start also with collection framework. Vinod, yours is the last question I'm taking currently. Kunal, ask me your question. Just now I said, Kunal, that we can set a flag. Why don't you guys read what I have written already? Same risk, this becomes very, slows down the whole process. Either add a flag or check if delivery address is set. I've discussed.
Hello,
Vinod is not unmuting.
Hello.
So forget it.
हेलो मैम.
Are you yes,
हाँ
Vinod.
विनोद. मैम मैं पूछ रहा था कि वो फाइंड रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर का हमने मेथड लिखा है ना उधर.
हाँ, एक मिनट में खोलती हूँ. हाँ, दिखाओ, इसमें बताओ.
हाँ, इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं, अगर रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर हमें नहीं मिला तो हम एक्सेप्शन थ्रो कर रहे हैं ना.
हाँ,
तो उसमें ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या, अगर नहीं मिला तो टेस्टर को जस्ट इन्फॉर्म कर सकते हैं कि रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर नहीं मिला, तो हम वो मेथड और भी जगह पर यूज कर सकते हैं ना.
absolutely not. The whole idea about exception handling is throw the exception whenever it is not matching with the inputs. So if else करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So this is the way the standard APIs are written. Because what is the point? Just inform the tester. यानी क्या? You, for informing only, I'm throwing the custom exception. So what more information you want?
Okay.
Understood my point? If I've not answered your question, talk to me once again in the lab session. Remember your question. And best is, you write the code. See, if you have, guys, I'm not talking to Vinod alone. I'm talking to all of you. If you have a point, so make the changes in your code and show me, Vinod, and everyone else, that this is what I meant. Is this a better approach, or is your means? We will compare our approaches and then we will take a call which is a better approach. But if you just talk away, I may not even understand what you are saying. Understood, guys? Anyone has any suggestion, please make a corresponding check in the change in the code. And once I see the code, then there is no ambiguity. Then I will understand completely what your point is, and then I can answer. Okay, so use that approach, this point onwards. Okay, so we have spent, yeah, I was going to give her a, Akshata or somebody was saying that they have not yet completed. Those who have completed, ignore what I'm sending. Those who have not completed, definitely import this. And because sometime in the lab session, I'm going to ask you to continue with this by replacing arrays by collection framework. So you will require it in short. Let me just send it to you. Mute yourself. Somebody's unmuted. Okay, so I have sent you day 11 lab 3. And if you want it, if you have already done it yourself, no need, like I told you. But if you have not got it so far, do this. So guys, now let us, I can't enter the collection framework. So this is where we completed the assignment. Okay. So before I can start with collection framework overview, we have a topic to cover. Okay, answer my question, please. Has everyone logged in with your computers? Because this is a very small code we are going to write. But if you do it with me, I'm telling you, you will get a different level of clarity. But if you are just sitting and watching here, you may not get the whole clarity. That is why when I'm writing a big code, you may or may not be able to complete. But this is going to be something like a 10-liner code. So please log in and continue with me. Because generics is a very, very important topic. Today I'm going to introduce, and then over the days, I will explain you more. So first is, you have to understand generics. I don't want to tell you what is generics. Or, okay, I'm just thinking, because sometimes, instead of conceptual introduction, practical introduction helps. But I'll just make you read something, and then we'll sit back and we'll solve it. So I'm giving you time. Those who have not logged in with computers, please log in with computers. So you can be with me. So here, I'll just give you a background, and then we are going to code something which will give you a complete idea about why generics. So generic syntax is available in Java from JDK 1.5, which is Java Standard Edition 5 onwards. And by the way, you have already seen it. I told you that we will discuss it later and all. So here you can just open any class. Okay, date class, for example. So open java.util.date. And if you remember, I have shown you date class implements comparable. But can you see these are the angle brackets? So these angle brackets are nothing but supplying or specifying generic syntax. So you'll see later, comparable is a generic interface and all that. So that is the topic I'm showing you, because in collection framework, all these interfaces and all these implementation classes follow generic syntax. So first I'm going to give you some idea, and then we'll enter the collection framework. So what does it represent? What does a generic syntax represent? It represents parameterized types. Again, words don't mean anything unless until you see the example. So here it is telling you this comparable interface, the parameter is date. Means what? You are going to compare two instances of which type? Answer that question. The two instances of which type you are going to this thing? Answer is, of course, date class instances. Now here, go ahead and search for your string. Look for your string. Can you see again the same comparable? Again the angle brackets. But now tell me, this comparable is going to compare instances of which two, instances of which type? String type. You got me? See, unless until you see the example, point will never, you will never understand. So suppose I say integer, our wrapper class. Check. So if you open integer, can you see something? Again, it is comparable. This is going to compare two integers. So the type is, this is your parameterized type. Okay. So generic syntax represents parameterized types. Okay. Now, where all you can see these angle bracket syntax or generic syntax, you in Java, you can create generic classes. So many examples you're going to see in the collection framework. You can write generic interfaces. Example you saw, comparable. You can write generic methods as well as generic constructors. So generic syntax can be applied at all these levels. But till JDK 1.5 was out, in pre-generics world, earlier world, what is it we used to use? We did not have angle brackets, we did not have generic syntax. So we used to use object type of a reference. So I'll ask my favorite question, yesterday's question. Is Java 100% pure object-oriented language? No, thanks to primitive types which bring in efficiency. But can I say object type of a reference can refer to any type in Java, including primitive and reference? Yes. So if I say object O is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, compile time error or no error? This is the revision of your wrapper classes. Answer is no error. Can you tell me which are the two implicit conversions which compiler will do? The first one and the second one. I hope you have revised. Which are the two conversions compiler will implicitly do? I said two conversions. Unboxing is wrong, Sandeep. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 is int. Int to integer. What is it called? Don't say boxing. Auto boxing. Because you are not writing any code. Compiler is doing it. So compiler internally calls integer.value of. So that is auto boxing. But I just reached integer. I have to reach object. So which other conversion? Are you climbing? So wrong answer, Vedant, completely. You are climbing up the hierarchy? Yes. Guys, looks like you have not revised the readmes of yesterday. You have to go through the readmes, the readme wrapper, that picture, the one slide you require. So first is absolutely correct, Yogesh. Into integer via auto boxing. Integer to number, yes, Sandeep. Number to object via upcasting. So coming back to the point, can you use object type of a reference to refer to any types in Java? Answer is yes. Okay. Now I'm talking to C++ developers. Those who already know C++, those who don't, ignore. So doesn't it look like same? You know STL in C++. So templates library, angle brackets. It is the same syntax as C++. Those who have done C++ should be knowing about this. So this is your template. So here you will see, I'm talking not in C++, I'm giving you an example in Java. Soon we are going to start with array will be replaced by a growable equivalent, something called as ArrayList. Later means when we meet again, after you have covered some basic prerequisites, hash map, hash set, so many classes. So what is the difference between C++ templates versus Java generics? So here, when you talk about nested collections, a collection within a collection, the syntax is different. How it is different, I'll tell you later. And in C++, we suffer from something called as code bloat issues. Code bloat means lot of code generation issues. Here in generics, you will not see code bloat issues. So like I said, I'm not going to explain it to the rest of the world, non-C++, but C++ programmers should know that this is the generic syntax is again superior or more powerful than your template. So now coming to the main question. What is the advantage Any question, any new topic, we start with why. So there is a solid reason why you are learning generics. So here, one word or one line answer, adding type safety to the code right at the compilation time is the job of generics. Again, will you understand the meaning? You won't unless until you type out some code with me. Okay. So deeper meaning, deeper means detailed meaning is, everyone knows class cast exception, don't you? Does everyone remember class cast exception? So tell me, when do you get class cast exception? For upcasting or for downcasting or both or neither? For downcasting. So if you are going down from object to fruit or from fruit to mango or from employee to manager, and you want to access what do you say, subclass specific functionality, we needed to do the downcasting, right? And in downcasting, you make a mistake. So what is the solution? What was the guarding for that class cast exception? Which keyword you have learned? Instance of. So I am telling you a good news. You can write a type safe code. Type safe code means what? Where the type mismatch errors such as class cast exceptions are detected right at the compile time. Don't misunderstand me. Am I saying that you will get a class cast exception during compilation time? No. If you do the illegal casting, who will shout? Answer is compiler itself will be smarter. Compiler itself will understand. And the best part is you don't need to do the explicit downcasting. Whenever you are using the generic syntax, the downcasting will be also automatic and implicit. So I'm telling you, I'm showing you a very, very advanced topic or very, very, what do you say, interesting topic in Java in the name of generics, which will get rid of so many problems. So if you see the syntax, when you are talking, we are going to start writing in a minute. So when I say a generic class, I start with a generic class, which means the class declaration itself includes a parameterized type. So if I drop this, it's your ordinary class, non-generic class. But when the class declaration itself includes a parameterized type, in the angle bracket, when you say T, is T any special class? Absolutely not. T is just a placeholder. T stands for type. Can I replace T by A or B or Z or X or Y? Of course, yes. T is only the placeholder or the, what do you say, symbol for type. And then you can write the further generic class. People ask me, beginners ask me typically, can I just add one generic type or can I add multiple? Answer is multiple. Wait for maps. Map is nothing but a dictionary in Python, which is nothing but a key and a value pair. Extremely important data structure for you. So anyway, so that has key and a value. So in short, this can be key, this can be value. So let me not get too deep immediately. You can write generic classes which have multiple generic types. But unless and until you understand why generics, you cannot understand a word. So now our coding begins. I have given you sufficient time for those who are not logged in with computers to log in because I wanted to cover this background. So now, are we jumping into generics? Absolutely not. First, we will write a non-generic normal class and then we will convert it into, then we will see the disadvantages of that and then I will convert it into a generic syntax. So this is what we are going to start as the first exercise of today. Till now we were just revising. So here, you and me, we are going to write a class holder. See the name holder. What is holder? Holder is something which holds. Okay. So in the holder class, add a data member which can hold any data type. I've given you a lot of clues in this statement. In short, it should be able to hold, it should be able to refer to any primitive type also, as well as any reference type. So can anyone tell me what should be that data member of that folder? What should be that type? What should be the state of the holder? No clues? Nothing understood? I have already given you the background. I'm not getting a single response. Guys, read this. It should be able to hold any data type. So what is it which can be this thing? Of course, object reference. Not object class, object type of reference we are having. Okay, so start working with me and we will develop it. And I'm telling you, just give me what? 15 minutes and your understanding will be complete. Understanding means the disadvantages of non-generic syntax will be complete. So I'm closing everything. I'm creating day 12.1, a brand new project today's. You also do the same. Don't mix it up in the earlier one. You can say day 12.1 lab or something. And here in the SRC, let us create a class. Okay. So I'm giving the package name as non-generic because this is not going to be generic class, right? And here I'm giving the name of the class as folder. I'll wait here. Please catch up fast and tell me because I don't want to create a lag between what I'm doing versus what you are doing. Have you created a class by the name folder? Just write a comment. Add a data member, add the state which can contain or which can refer to any primitive type, or it should be able to refer to any reference type also. Reach here? Okay. So you know that here I'll say private object reference. So I hope now people are beyond this confusion. What is object? Because don't say that how can it be object and how can it be reference? So when I say object, which object I'm referring to? The class java.lang.object, and this is a reference type of a variable. So tell me, what is the relationship between holder and the ref? Or I'll write it as a full word. What is the relationship between holder and the reference? Is a or has a? Of course, it is a has a. Holder has a object type of a reference. Okay. So right now, still you may not be clear where I'm going with this. It will be clear. Just give me time. So here, now add the constructor. Okay. So you can generate the constructor. Don't waste your time writing the constructor. Generate it. So generate constructor using fields. It will be very interesting to draw the memory picture, which we will do after testing it and all. So here and here, just generate a, what is it I'll require? A getter, just a getter. So we won't require a setter for what is it in my mind. So here, generate the getter, select the getters. So this is all I have written so far. I can send you, but it's such a small code that I hope you are able to manage it on your own. I've sent you the holder in case anyone wants it. I'll wait here for a minute. The thing is, do it a little faster so we don't waste time waiting. Done? Tell me when you are done so I don't have to wait unnecessarily. Here somebody said wait. Nikita is saying wait. Okay, tell me, Nikita, when you are done. Generate the code. Don't type the code. Otherwise, it will take too much time and then the whole session gets very much delayed. You're just supposed to write only one liner object type of reference and generate the constructor and all that. Can we continue? Okay, great, Nikita. This is just a beginning. So tell me, what is it? Is holder a generic class or non-generic class? G or NG? It's a non-generic class because where I have written anything, parameterized type, nothing. So now Now see this in the same package. Don't create a separate tester package. Yeah, don't create. Let's create a tester here. It will be easy for you to revise. So here in that, click on non-generic class. Let's write a tester. And now you are going to participate. I'll just write the comment and you will give me the code. So create, it's a very easy one. So don't take pressure. Create holder class instance to hold an integer with the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my question. The next line comes from you. I've given everything. Read it. Create holder class instance to hold an integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Write the code, type it in your IDE and paste it in the chat. I don't want any short forms. Very right, Yogesh. Very good. Yes, Prashant, you're right. You got that? So here, some of the answers I got, others also, of course, will do that. So holder, let's say, what is it holding? Int. So I'll call it as int holder. It is holding the int value. Int holder, new holder. And what is it? It is expecting is an object, but I'm going to give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So of course, there will be no compiler errors. Anyone wants to tell me why there are no compiler errors? See, understand the point, guys. I have given what? Int, a primitive type. What is it expecting? An object. So anyone wants to tell me which implicit conversions? No. Int is not an object, Mohit. You are wrong. Which is the first conversion it will do, guys? Auto boxing, absolutely. So here it will automatically put it in the box. So integer, it will create the, what type of instance will be created is the integer, holder holding an integer. That's why I said I'm going to draw the memory picture because I'm not sure if it is clear to everyone. And this is done automatically from JDK 1.5 onwards via auto boxing. Integer, Mohad, integer is an object. I can't say int is an object. Int is a primitive type. So here, and then we will have the upcasting via number to the object. And you know this conversion. That's why I take the related topics first. This is the conversion, upcasting. Everyone with me? Okay. So we will draw the memory picture in a couple of minutes. So give me that time. So now this is done. Now I'm saying, so this is how many objects? Okay, I can't resist. With this line, how many objects will be created on the heap? Tell me, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm looking at your answer. Okay, the answer is 2. Guys, you have the answer in front of you. One is that integer object. It has a relationship. So integer object will be created elsewhere and its reference is going to be added in the holder object. That's why I said, wait for a while till we draw the memory picture. Correct answer is 2, not 1. One holder holding the reference and reference pointing to that integer object, which is created separately on the heap. Anyway, let's not waste time now. We will invest time after a while. So now I'm giving you the next step. So what is that next step? Yes, get the data. Get data from the holder. In short, what is it you are going to call is the getter. So here, let's see. If I say int data is equal to int holder, integer holder dot get. Remember that get reference. After adding, anyone wants to tell me why there is a compiler error? Don't take that cursor. Anyway, even if you take the cursor, that's fine. So tell me, you can see that the moment I want to extract, yes, every object is not the integer. Don't say int again, Yogesh. Integer is the correct word you are looking for. So here, Go very slow. All this we have done, upcasting, downcasting business in your earlier topics, earlier week. So just take a, don't take a, even take a cursor. You can take a cursor also here. It will tell you what is the right hand side. Right hand side is, anyone wants to tell me what is the type of the RHS, please? Object. And what is the type of LHS? Int. So naturally object and int no connection. So what is it you have to do explicitly? People already told me. You have to give the explicit cast. Okay, cast means what? Downcast. So here I can say directly int, but I'll make it even more interesting by saying integer. So tell me, answer the question. See, this is how people ask you. So tell me, there are two conversions here. One is downcasting, and which is the other one? Which is the other conversion which is happening? Auto unboxing. Absolutely correct, Yogesh. So this downcasting conversion, who is performing it? P for programmer, C for compiler. We are doing it explicitly. It is in front of you. So a programmer is performing. But now the right hand side type becomes integer. So who is converting from integer to int? In short, nothing but auto unboxing. Those who have not revised yesterday, I hope they are getting clearer. It is done implicitly by Java compiler. So guys, what is the big point? The big point is when you are using such a non-generic code, every time you want to extract the data out of it, you will have to every time do the downcasting. Explicit downcasting is required. Just keep things to your just keep seeing whatever I'm saying. Now I'm giving you create this to hold a string. You know, you just right now don't ask in between questions. Everything will be clear after a while. So give me that time. Create holder class instance to hold a string. And the string should have the contents of hello. So type the next line. I've given you the question like I had given you earlier. Give me the next line, please. Is the question clear? Create another holder class instance. I've not written the word. I can add another holder class instance to do that. Holder equal to new holder. Hello. Absolutely correct. So here, holder. What is it holding? String holder. I give the variable names with thinking, you know that, is equal to new holder. And here, if I say hello, again, I have the same question. There's no compiler error. But tell me, what is the type we have passed here? What is the data type which we have passed here? Simple question, simple answer. String. And holder requires what? An object. So anyone wants to tell me which is that implicit conversion compiler is doing here? Give me the conversion name. Simple conversion. Don't say Prashant, wrong answer. Upcasting, Aniketa's right. So here, where autoboxing comes from primitive to wrapper. There's no wrapper discussion here. It's a string. So the only thing is, can I say string is an object? Of course, yes. You are climbing up the hierarchy. So the only conversion you are having is string can be referred by object, nothing but your upcasting. See guys, every word has a meaning. So in primitives, you learn widening, automatic conversion, narrowing. In references, you learned upcasting, downcasting. In wrappers yesterday, you learned autoboxing, auto unboxing. So don't mix up the words because they have different meanings. People will say, people will shoot you down saying wrong answer. Anyway, so this is your thing. Is everyone clear why there is no compiler error? Because it is all upcasting and all is implicit done by the compiler. Again, the same thing. If I say string s is equal to string holder dot get reference, 100% compiler error. Tell me, you already told me earlier, a string is an object, but what is the RHS? Object. Object is not a string. Object can be anything. Exactly, Anshul. So here, this is of course not going to work. So anytime I want to get access to any state, what is the thing I'll have to do is, I'll have to do the downcasting. So explicit downcasting is required. That is why I said I'm going to write a 2-liner code, okay, 10-liner code. So write it with me to understand the meaning. Done. So this much. Type the code so far with understanding. Finished, completed. Diksha is saying yes. What about others? Done. Okay. So now I'm going to do something. And again, I'm going to ask you a question. So if I say now, read this, don't type it out. Otherwise, ID will tell you. If I say int holder, next line I'm talking about, int holder is equal to string holder, compile time error or no error? If I say int holder equal to string holder in the next line, compile time error or no error? You wish there was a compiler error, but compiler goes by the type of the reference. So here, try it out. Now, answer is yes, there is no compiler error. You wish there was a compiler error. So int holder is equal to string holder. Can you see? There is no compiler error. Think like compiler. Tell me, as far as compiler is concerned, what is the type of int holder? Quickly, what is the type of it? Wrong answer, Diksha. I'm saying what wrong answers, all these. What is the type of int holder here? Holder. What is the type of the string holder, guys? Holder. Are you understanding? So one holder is getting equated. Both of them are the same type. Where you have told the compiler that this is a int holder holding an integer, or this is a string holder holding a string. You have not informed the poor compiler. So compiler agrees happily with whatever limited information you have given. Compiler just knows, listen to the statements I'm making. Just take the cursor here and you will understand. Take a hover. Hover means take. Take the cursor over this. It is of the type holder. Take the cursor or int holder. It is of the type holder. So you can easily fool the compiler. And then if I say, take this, and here I told you, you can easily fool the compiler. Why you are fooling the compiler? How you are fooling the compiler? Tell me, what is this returning? Think and answer. What is it returning? What is the return type of the highlighted one? Compiler goes by the type of the reference. Absolutely, Mohit. So tell me, what is the type of the highlighted stuff? It's not difficult question at all. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Guys, I'm talking about compiler type. So here, when I say integer.getReference, just take a cursor here, object. And can object downcast it to integer? Yes, because object is a superclass. So here, there is no compiler error. But when you run this code, runtime error or the output? Will it throw runtime error or no runtime error? 100% you are going to get runtime error. Guys, this is what you will be having clarity when you draw the memory diagram with me. Tell me, what was it holding earlier? That reference was pointing to an integer. But when you assigned it to a string holder, what is that reference holding to? What is the actual runtime type of this? Is the string. And can you really cast a string into an integer? Answer is no. And which is the famous exception for illegal casting? You will get a class cast exception. Are you understanding it? So my favorite question, solving the runtime errors is easier or catching the errors early at the compilation time is better? Compiler error or runtime error? Of course, compile time error. And that is the job of the generics. Okay. So first, look at the run this code, please. I can say SOP. It's not going to print, of course, because the exception will throw you out. So run this please, and 100% as expected. Read the error message. Of course, it is a class cast exception. And what is it telling you? String cannot be cast to the integer. So string is different, integer is different. If you want to convert the string, you have that parseInt and all, but you cannot simply do the downcasting and do that. Everyone got the same result? Same result means same exception. Okay, so now before you feel lost, see, I'm going to convert it into generic code, but I'm not sure whether everyone is clear with the memory picture. So open pen. This is your yesterday's pen. Okay, just a second. Huh? I'll just give me a minute. I'll save it in yesterday's help. I never shared this. There was not too much wrong, so I'll open a new file. Okay, so start with me. As usual, I'm putting the code here. And as usual, I'm removing the comments so you know we can fit. Just give me a minute. You keep your writing material ready, please. I just want to ask you what will be the memory picture for each and every line, and you yourself will realize. I hope you will realize. I've just removed all the comments so to fit it in a smaller space. You got this? This is the code we are writing. We have written together. So start fast. Solve the RHS. It is right associative. So this is stack, this is heap, this is method area. I'm not labeling them. You know the thing. So here tell me, when this line gets called, right hand side, can anyone tell me which classes will be loaded in the method area? Because that itself tells me. Okay, not only, I mean, you just answered one, but holder class comes from the object. So guys, start showing the object class from the, you can use any symbol, of course. So here, everything starts by the class loading of the object. So show here object class, which is the next class you can show. Somebody said holder, which is who is absolutely right. Holder class. And anything else? There is a third one also. Very right. Madhuri and Yogesh, very good. So here, integer class. There's no int class. There is an integer class, a wrapper class, right? So here, show the wrapper class also. This integer class. Java.lang.integer class. The information, the bytecode will be here. Okay. So now, so here you have shown this. Now what you do is now show, you have to still show the right, I mean, we are still on the right hand side. So here let us show the holder ka object. So first slot is always CP. Everyone knows that. Anyone wants to tell me, will there be many other slots or no other slots? What should I draw? Any more slots here? Yes or no? Of course, yes. There will be a state. Everyone knows. See guys, here, this is the state. Where are the instance variables kept? Of course, in the heap. So here, show. Here, show for your understanding. I'm showing reference. But now, anyone wants to tell me. Of course, so these are the fields. Reference means what? It's a value holder or address holder. V or A. Of course, an address holder. So here, it is a containment, has a relationship. So anyone wants to tell me, what will this CP point to? Where should I point this CP to? You have three choices: object, holder, or integer. Guys, wake up. It's a holder class ka instance, new holder. That is why I took this, looking at your hesitation. It is going to refer to holder class. And now when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, int is auto-boxed into integer. Means what? JVM will call, Java compiler will add integer.value of, and tell me, where will be that integer object created? Within, inside this holder or outside? W for within, I mean O for outside. Of course, outside. There are no embedded objects in Java. So please show another one. Sorry. Please show another object here. It will have its own CP. So tell me, this is, what will this CP refer to? Answer that. Integer class. So because it is an integer class instance, so this CP point to the integer class. And what yesterday only we took that wrapper classes. So wrapper classes hold what? Nothing but the primitive value. So this will hold the primitive value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Isn't it box? This is what is auto boxing. Putting an integer in a box, putting the int value in the box. And tell me, are these disconnected or are these connected? In short, where will this reference point to? Reference will point to nothing but this integer class instance. And now I asked you how many objects get created. Majority said 1. Very few of them you said 2. So these are the 2 objects. One is the holder class instance. One is the integer class instance. And then after completion, where should I show int holder? In stack, heap, or method area? Of course, in the stack, because it is a method local variable. So show here on the stack int holder. Okay. And this is where it is referring to. Which object should I refer it to? First one or second one? Of course, first one. It is a holder type of reference. Is everyone clear? 100%? Are you clear why I said 2 objects and not 1 object? It is again a containment. Association. The holder is holding the reference to the integer type of object. Objects are created elsewhere in the heap. Okay, so now solve. When you say int holder dot get reference, it will call the method from this loaded class. JVM doesn't require casting. The downcasting you were doing for satisfying the compiler, because what is it you are getting is an integer type of reference, but compile time type was object. So we did the downcasting, things worked. Now I'm giving you a minute, and in that minute, you are going to draw the memory picture. Now it is, I hope it is easy. You are going to draw the memory picture for this line. Start. So tell me, I mean, I don't want to give you separate time because it takes again slow. So for executing this line, any new classes will get loaded or only these? Any new class will get loaded or not? Of course, string class will get loaded, because you can see whether it is a literal or non-literal, it is a string type of object. So here, show the next one. Oh, I've changed the color, but I mean, let me change it back. Okay, so here, this is your string class. Do it on your own. Don't wait for me. String class. Now show. Here, the moment you say new, another holder object you have to show, a box and all that. So this is your holder class pointer. It has the reference. Reference means just the name. Reference means it is holding the address. And where should we make it point to? What should this CP point to, guys? Object, holder, integer, or string? Holder. Somebody saying string. Guys, you're still wrong. Where the string object I have shown? This is the holder ka object. One was the holder holding an integer type of reference. This is your another holder which is going to hold the string type of reference. So this itself shows your confusion. This is another holder type of instance. Guys, new holder. So how can you make such a mistake? And this is what is going to refer to a string. So here you show the string object. Okay. So here, when I say string object, of course it has a class pointer, and currently the internals of string is it maintains a private character array and all that, but we don't go to that. So what was it? Hello, I guess. So this is it. So now please tell me, now don't make mistake. What should this CP point to? Object, holder, integer, or class? String, I mean. I hope everyone is clear. This is your association. This is your containment. Holder holding the reference to the string. Yesterday we had What was it? Vehicle holding the delivery address ka reference. That is why I said, please remind me in the lab session, Kunal, and we will draw the whole picture for that employee having that Aadhaar card or vehicle having that delivery address. And trust me, it will be so interesting. Anyway, let me not get distracted here. And now tell me, here, there will be a reference, right? There will be a, what was it? String holder. So where should I show string holder? Of course, in the stack. And where should it point to? Which object? First, second, third, or fourth? I hope people are getting clearer. Of course, the third object. So guys, tell me, with memory picture, I hope you understood the whole thing. So int holder and string holder are both what? Holder type of references. Is the memory picture fully clear to everyone? When I'm spending so much of time, I generally cover it in much lesser time, like half an hour. But since I'm going a little more slow, is everyone understanding? Okay, so now the ultimate understanding, ultimate question. It's very easy, don't get scared. So now please solve this line, this assignment. So anyone wants to tell me, we have done this right from the second day. Box B1 equal to something, box B2 equal to something, B1 equal to B2. We have been doing this all the while. So tell me, when this line gets executed, are we copying the objects or are we copying the references? Copy of references. So can anyone tell me, when I say int holder equal to string holder, tell me, will this int holder keep referring to this holder object? It's a Boolean question, yes or no? Of course not. One reference cannot hold the multiple addresses. And where will it start pointing to? First, second, third, fourth. Which object? It will start pointing to the third object. Very right. Good going, guys. So here, the int holder starts pointing to the third object. Are we understanding completely? So are there any objects marked for garbage collection? Yes, don't say yes. No, somebody said no is a wrong answer. Yes is a correct answer. I was going to ask you how many. Next question was how many? Very right answer. Guys, in my notes of regarding garbage collection, I have said something like island of isolation. I don't want to break the flow now, but see, everyone should understand that this object is unreachable. But guys, what about this object, integer object? The only clue, only reference we had was stored in the int holder. So the moment you say this is inaccessible, there is no way I can access this integer object. So please mark both the objects for garbage collection. Oh, sorry. So I'm using this. You can use your own symbols. So this is also marked for garbage collection. This is what I'll explain you sometime, not today, with the topic of island of isolation. It's a famous this. So here, both the objects are marked for garbage collection. Understood? Somebody said no. So are they understanding? Because you don't have any reference pointing to either holder 1 and its reference. Yes or no? Some answer is expected. Are you clear? Okay. So now tell me. So this is the memory picture. Now solve. When you say int holder dot get reference, go by the memory. So int holder dot get reference. What? Oh, sorry. You should tell me, guys, when I forget something. I forgot the earlier one. I forgot to link it. Can you tell me where this reference is linked to? Where it is going to live? I'm sure you must have done it. I forgot. So this reference is pointing here. Okay, because otherwise, how can the story complete? So now tell me. So int holder dot get reference, is it going to go through this reference, first reference or second reference? Second reference. And what is second reference pointing to? Is it pointing to the string type of object or is it pointing to the integer type of object? Let me see. String type of object. I'm telling you with memory pictures things get clear. So here, what is the run? Okay, what is the runtime data type of int holder dot get reference? A string. And at the what is it? When you try to do the illegal casting string into integer, will JVM allow it or will it not? Of course it won't. And which is the exception you saw? It will throw class cast exception, telling you clearly this string cannot be cast into an integer. Understood why JVM throws you out? But guys, the whole point is why let it reach through the JVM? I would have been happier if I'll use some color. I would have been happier, or what I want is this. Is this a right assignment? I mean, logically, is it a correct assignment or is it a wrong assignment? Logically, I'm saying. Logically, it is a wrong assignment because int holder is a holder holding the integer type of reference, and string holder is a holder holding a string type of reference. So I want, see, this is what I want, or we want the compiler understanding this and compiler itself giving us a compiler error so that we never reach the runtime exception. I'll repeat the last line again. I said, I want this, what do you say, error. I don't want it detected by the runtime. Runtime is smart, we know that. But I want to make the compiler smarter. I want to inform the compiler that what you are thinking is wrong. Int holder is not just a holder. It is of the type holder holding an integer. I hope you are getting the clues, guys. And I want to tell the compiler string holder is not just a holder, rather it is holder holding a string. Currently, you have not supplied the information because this is a non-generic syntax. So compiler is dumb. I mean, compiler is having a limited information and compiler allows this assignment and we get into a problem. So tell me, is the problem with the non-generic syntax clear or not? What are you saying, Akash? Of course, it is going to be exception. So you saw the whole code. So I'm not going there once again. So here, what are the two disadvantages of non-generic syntax? I'll spell it out for you. Anytime you want to get the value from this, you have to do the explicit downcasting. Okay, so that is point number one. And what is the worst disadvantage? The moment you do the illegal, what do you say, assignment, you don't get alert from the compiler, but you directly get a class cast exception. So if you want to remove these disadvantages, what is it you are learning today is the generic syntax. So why generics? Because why generics? Because that will allow you to catch these type mismatch errors, class cast exceptions at the compile time or at the runtime. C or R at the compiler time. So you never get into class cast exception. And will you have a need of explicit downcasting like we had to do all over the place? Answer is no. So now I'm showing you, I'm training you for the generic syntax, and then we'll see whatever we said is correct or wrong. And you will understand later, even when I shift to generic, the memory picture, the runtime memory picture does not change. So generic is only the technique. Generics is nothing but a technique to educate the compiler or to educate the JVM. Answer that. Answer is, it is only for making your compiler smarter. So why generics? One line answer. Supplying the type safety information, runtime type safety information to the compiler is the job of generics, so that you don't have to do the downcasting and you'll never suffer from class cast exception. But it is just the words. Unless until you see it, don't believe it. So now say Control Shift W, close all. Everyone done that? And now observe what I'm doing. I just want to make a copy. So click on non-generic package. I said package, Control C. You're copying a package and click on SRC and say Control B. And give the name of the package as generic. Do that. I'll continue then. I just asked you to make a copy of a package. Copy non-generic into generic. Done? Okay. So now I hope you have closed everything. So only open from generic folder. I hope it is, just check the path. So in my case, it is V12.1 SRC generic and a holder. So tell me, is this a generic class or is it still a non-generic class? G or NG? So I'm showing you how to convert a non-generic class into generics. So what is the generic syntax? Generics is parameterized types or type parameterization. So along with the class declaration, now do it with me, add the angle brackets, angle less than this. So add the angle brackets, and here you can add any letter. Typically, people use T for type, E for element, K for key, V for value. But that doesn't stop you. I mean, you can say XYZ, it doesn't matter. Okay. So here, this is your, now tell me, is this your is this holder a generic class or non-generic class now? It is a generic class, right? So what is it you are telling the compiler is this holder can hold which type of references? Answer is T type of references. Okay. So now globally replace wherever you had written object. In pre-generic world, we had to use object. So replace it by T. You know, you will not understand immediately. So give me that time. I'm promising you 10 minutes is all I need. So here also replace object by T, and here also replace object by T. I'll wait. Globally replace all occurrences of object by T. If you say here ABC, it will be replaced by ABC. Whatever. So generally T is the placeholder for type. It's just a placeholder. Tell me when you are done the changes. T for type. I said that, Darshana, already. T for type, E for element, K for K for key, V for value. These are just the placeholders. Okay. So this part is done. Have you completed this? Now writing the tester is going to be so interesting. So here, open the tester and open the tester, please. And here, just keep the comments. Don't remove the code. Okay. So keep these 3 comments. Create a holder class to hold the int value. Get the data from the holder using getter. Create another holder class to hold this. And I'll repeat this. Okay, anyway, we'll solve it one by one. So at least write first comment. Create a holder class instance to hold an integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now go back to your holder. So when you say holder is now a generic class, tell me, what is your gut feel? Are you really going to find in the Java docs a class by the name T? It's a Boolean question, yes or no. Will there be really a class by the name T? Of course not. T is just a placeholder. You know the placeholder, right? The word placeholder. Just a, what do you say? Placeholder. I don't know how to say I don't know the synonym of placeholder. Anyway, so here, now let us start and say holder. Can anyone tell me what will I here also write T while creating, or will I replace T by something? T or something else? Answer is not T. You will be replacing. So can you replace, okay, can I write here int Answer is no. The rule is the generic only supports reference types. So in primitive types, you cannot add the primitive types as the generic types. So what is the corresponding wrapper for int? That is why I took the wrappers yesterday. Integer. Okay. So here, when I say holder, look at this. Are you understanding, guys? What is it I'm replacing t by? T by integer. Why not int? Because generics does not allow you to specify the primitive types. That is why there are wrappers. Okay. So I can give the same variable name, int holder. Okay. And now just see what is the precious information you are giving here to the compiler. Is this holder going to hold integer type of references or any type of references? What is it going to refer to? Don't say int. Int means primitive. Your answer will be shot down. It can only hold integer type of references. Okay. So now write the RHS. RHS is going to be the same. New. I mean, of course, when I say same, it will be little different. So new holder. Okay. But now there is an angle bracket on the left hand side. It's a generic class. So here, what will be the argument here? What will be the type here? What is it you'll have to type here? Integer. It's a holder holding an integer. These are your constructor arguments. And here constructor round brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Type out the line. Holder holding an integer. And here, this thing, new holder of the type integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done this much? Type this much? Yes, Diksha, you are right. Now, from JDK 1.6 onwards, they have introduced a diamond operator. So, diamond operator, what does it mean? It means if the type of the RHS is same as type of the LHS, you don't have to mention it twice. So, remove this RHS type and it forms the shape of the diamond. So here, don't say that because it is a shape of diamond. Explain it like that. So what is that diamond operator? It means the type of the RHS, the generic type of the RHS is deduced or is same as the type of the LHS. So isn't it the lesser code for you? Lesser code to type. So this is your nothing but the usage of, okay, I'll not write it here. I'll write it because this is the diamond operator. What is the meaning it? What it implies? The type of the, which type I'm talking about, guys? Generic type. Generic type of the RHS is deduced. Deduced means inferred, found out. Deduced from type of the LHS. Okay. So then if you want to change it, then you have to write something. But I want this holder holding an integer. So this is a shortcut. This is a convenience. So now tell me, okay, don't tell me. I'll show you the earlier code. You don't have to swap. I will swap. So here, that is a shortcut, Girish. So don't mix up in that. There is a shortcut to remove that, but I'm not talking about Eclipse shortcut right now. That shortcut I'll tell you later. So please don't break the flow. We are in the middle of a very important discussion. So here, I'll definitely show you. There's a flag in the Eclipse. So here, open the tester from the non-generic. We had written something similar, and that time int was getting auto-boxed into integer, upcasted to number object, and all the conversion. So anyone wants to tell me here, likewise, which are the implicit conversions which your compiler does? Girish, I hope you understood my answer. I said I will show you a shortcut which will give you empty diamond. Currently, just remove it. But even if you return it, it's not going to matter. So all answers, any answer you can pick up. So answer is yes, please. I got the answer as auto boxing and this. So I'll ask you. Which of the following is happening here? Because I did not get your answer correctly. Auto boxing, upcasting, both or neither. Think and answer. Auto unboxing, you are way off, Rohan. I said, which of the implicit conversions are happening? Auto boxing, so what was it? Upcasting, both or neither. Guys, of course, the only conversion which is happening here is auto boxing. What is that auto boxing? Int to integer. And just understand the point. That is the whole point of generics. The moment, see this, the moment you replace t by, what is it we have replaced the t by? Integer. Compiler has become smarter. Compiler knows that this holder can only hold what? Integer type of references. So why will it require upcasting to object? Understanding the power of generics or not? You have informed the compiler that the holder, this particular holder, can only hold the integer type. That is why I asked the precise questions to test your clarity. So tell me, is upcasting really required here or not required? But did you understand the reason? It is thanks to generic. The moment, I'll repeat it again, the moment you replace t, what is it we have replaced t by? Tell me. What is the actual type? Integer. So all it has to convert is still integer. So only one conversion. Think about it over the break. We are approaching the break soon. Now I'll say something which I had written earlier. And here if you say, I'm not going to type, I'm going to ask you verbally. When I say int holder dot get reference, after adding the semicolon, compiler error or no error? Are you understanding? Here, we were getting a compiler error and we had to do the explicit downcasting. So tell me, in new case, will you get a compiler error or no error? You're absolutely right. No error. Try it out. Don't trust a word. Int holder dot get reference. So answer is no error. Anyone wants to tell me why? So again, the answer is in the holder class. The moment I say replace globally all occurrences of t by what? Integer. What is the return type of the get reference method? What is the return type of the get reference method? Integer. Don't say int. It is a wrong answer. Integer is a correct answer. So tell me, when I write this, is compiler performing any implicit conversion? Okay, answer is yes. Which conversion? Don't just say yes. Which conversion compiler is doing? No answer. Which conversion implicitly? Auto unboxing. Very right. So compiler is performing auto. Rohan or somebody earlier had said auto unboxing. Now auto unboxing is here. And what is that? You have got integer type of a reference and that is getting unboxed automatically. Don't trust a word. Just take a cursor over this. Earlier it was showing you object. The moment you said, the moment you entered the generic syntax, we have replaced object by t. And actually speaking, t by integer. So all occurrences of t are replaced by integer. And what is the conversion called? Integer to int is auto unboxing. So tell me, is the first disadvantage gone? Do you need to do any explicit downcasting to get the value from a generic class? It's a Boolean question, yes or no. So that is gone. That disadvantage is gone. Okay. Now give me this. So I'll tell you what I want. So type it out yourself. Type it out in Eclipse and then put it in a chat. I've given you the question. Write the next line of the code fast. I got one response. Let me see what you are saying. Folder string equal to string holder, new holder. Very right, Akshata. Absolutely. Great going. Give me more. New string hello. Yes. Diksha, writing that string on the RHS is not required. You can skip it also. So let me join you. So what is it we are creating? Another holder instance. So is it a generic or non-generic? Generic. So can I tell compiler that this holder is only going to hold strings? Of course, yes. String is a class type, reference type. So no issues. And variable name, I'm just keeping the same. String holder. RHS, please. New holder. Do I have to mention a string here again? Answer is no. It supports the diamond operator. Like I was asking, somebody asked me, Girish, before we discuss, Girish, I will show you that shortcut. So if you say control space, currently remove it yourself. And here I can give any string, including your hello. So anyone wants to tell me which is the implicit conversion compiler is performing here? Your choices are widening, narrowing, auto-boxing, auto-unboxing, upcasting, downcasting, or none of above. Do you remember all these words at least? Widening, narrowing for primitive types. Auto-boxing, auto-unboxing, primitive to wrapper, etc. Upcasting, downcasting, going all above the hierarchy. You are absolutely right, guys. Answer is no implicit conversion. Why no implicit conversion? You are right, but I hope you have understood it also. So tell me, what is it you have passed is a string. And what is it we have educated? We have informed the compiler that this holder can only hold the strings. So are we passing the string? Yes, string is a string. So why would compiler do any conversion? Are you enjoying this? Are you understanding this? Forget enjoyment. If you understand, you enjoy. Otherwise, you hate it. So tell me, are you understanding it, guys? Whatever we are discussing. Some of you at least are responding. Others, I don't know. Those who don't respond, I can't really help them. So now the last one. Last means last but one. So write the next line. I want to get the data. What is that string? From the holder using the getter. Let's looking at time. Let's do it fast together. When I say string holder, oh sorry, dot get reference. After adding the semicolon, compiler error or no error? Downcasting required or not required? Of course, not required. Why? Because the moment you say holder of the type string, can anyone tell me what will be this T globally replaced by? T will be replaced by what? A string. So it is holder holding a string. This is a string type of a reference. This is string and mainly this is string. So when you have on the array, okay, don't trust me again. Just take the cursor here and you'll see. Now it is returning you the string type of reference. Guys, runtime memory picture doesn't change a bit. This whole thing is for informing the compiler. So whether it is a generic classes or non-generic, memory picture is the same. Anyway, so this is good. And then of course, so you saw the disadvantage gone. Here, no downcasting required, like how we never required the downcasting. Now the ultimate acid test. When I say acid test, if you have done chemistry, you know what it is. It's a full-fledged test and confirmation test and all that. CT we call it. Anyway, so what is it we are saying is, now if I say, like before I'm saying, do you remember what I'm talking about? I'm saying I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, and you observe and conclude. So int holder is equal to string holder. So tell me, after adding the semicolon, compiler error or no error? The whole idea, guys, was this thing. No. String cannot be converted into integer is not. Anyway, wait for a while. I'm asking you one question at a time. Of course, 100% compiler error. So compiler itself has detected type mismatch. And why it has detected? Okay, I'll ask you a specific question before we take a break. As far as compiler is concerned, can you tell me What compiler I'm saying, I'm not talking in runtime. What is the type of the string holder? Your choices are holder, object, string, or integer, or none of above. Wrong answer. Everyone is wrong. Okay, Diksha is right. Guys, what is the type of string holder? At least take the cursor there. String holder is of the type. Look at this. Holder holding a string. And what is the type of the int holder? Is it just a holder? No. Holder holding an integer. So are they same or are they different? Of course, different. So just take a cursor here and read. It is not saying that somebody said string cannot be converted to integer. Wrong answer. It is saying type mismatch cannot convert holder holding a string to holder holding an integer. So tell me, who is catching? Who has detected type mismatch error? Is it your compiler or is it your runtime? Of course, the compiler. So this is the gist of, this is the summary of why generics. So two answers. It is going to get rid of your explicit downcasting. Point number one, you will not require. And the other point is, anytime you make a mistake of type mismatch, you don't have to worry about runtime error, namely class cast exception. The type mismatch error will be detected promptly early in the day by the Java compiler. And that is why you will see after a break, when we actually continue with collection framework, entire collection framework uses all generic classes, generic interfaces, generic methods, and the whole works. Is the point clear about what is that generics brings it to you? Is the point of why generics clear or not? Okay, so in a minute I will show. Girish was asking that. Okay, I'll see this. I'll just show you. If you say new folder and control space, this comes. So like he was asking me, is there any way I can remove this, or do you have to remove it and all? So there is a way you can tune your IDE. So this is an option in the IDE, so that you don't have to every time IDE generates integer and you delete it, waste your time. So this is an IDE shortcut. Follow me. Are you understanding what I'm showing you? Am I showing you any concept? No. I'm showing you IDE trick to automatically generate diamond operator. Understood what I'm showing? Tell me yes or no. Okay. So if you say no, I don't want to learn that IDE shortcut and all, I'm okay. I will delete it. Fine, go ahead. But if you want, this is the way. So do it with me. Window. Click on window. Done. Preferences. So it opens the preferences. Reach here, everyone. And here, type advanced. I'll just make it slightly. Okay, so just type here advanced. It is giving you the Java editor content assist advanced. Let's see. I'll just check because yeah, it is correct. So did you get here, guys? Let me see what you are saying. Respond yes, no, maybe. You reach here? Okay, so you just type advanced. So see what it is saying. Java editor content assist and advanced. Reached everyone? Because I don't want to repeat it 10 times. Just a small tip, IDE shortcut. Okay. And now what you do is here, you scroll this down. And are you seeing a button here? Restore defaults. Yes or no? Because once I click a button, I mean, I can click it on 10 times, but like it doesn't matter. So now click on this. Did you say restore defaults? So here, restore defaults. And then say apply and close. You got that? Just type advanced. So it will take you to Java editor content assist. Content assist is IntelliSense advanced. And here you are supposed to click on restore default and say apply and close. And now do the same thing. New folder. and control space. Oh, it's still not reset the defaults. There was a, okay, did I not save it? I got it wrong. Maybe for this ID. Just a second. Restore default. This generally works. This time did not work. Give me a second. I'll type it again here somewhere. Wait a second. Folder of ArrayLists. Just 2 minutes. I'll check whether it is working or not, and then I will tell you. I maybe gave you the wrong option. No, it is not working. So let's see. 2 minutes. Actually, this works. I don't know why it is not working this time. Anyway, so editor advanced. Is there any other restore defaults button? So here there is a, can I see anything else? No, restore defaults. Apply and close. No, it's still not working. I'll just check it because there won't be any problems, Girish. I already said that you just have to type it. But there is one button. This was working in the last version of it. Working for you. Yes, Akshata. Maybe there's some IDE problem. So anyway, this is not such an important discussion. I'll say this. I will of course figure it out in the break, which other keystroke I have to. So here, if it is pointing, if it is writing integer, you just have to remove. I'm not saying have to also. Even if you keep integer, it is fine. So that IDA shortcut somehow did not work for me. Let me see after I exit, and is it working then? I just restart. I'm just restarting. Generally, you don't have to restart and all. It starts working immediately. So I don't know really why your ID is not behaving. I am stopping after that. So if you want to log off, do. I'm just curious to see why this shortcut is not working. No, it did not work for me. Anyway, let's not waste your time at all. I'll just check which other keystrokes will be required. So guys, I'm giving you this code as this. I'm keeping this error intentionally. So don't be confused that why there is a code with the error. Or if you want, I can comment this. So please uncomment it. And those who have typed with me, no issues. But those who have not typed, definitely try it out. And after we resume, in an hours around 11:10 I will resume. So at that time we'll directly enter into collection framework. So before we disperse, let me give you the 12.1 zip. Okay, and let us share. So if anyone wants it, you can. Yeah, it works generally. So like I was totally surprised why it did not work for me. If it is working for you, great. Go ahead and enjoy. So did you get this day 12.1 zip? Can I log off? Okay, so that's fine. IDE shortcuts are not priority. I'm not at all saying that it has to work. If it works, fine. Otherwise, I'll find out the fix. Okay, so that will be all. We'll resume at 11:10. Please join in time. That will be all.